Born ready, I am with the British champion. He is, Shane Byrne. We're at Magny Court. Shane, catch us up with what's been going on with you. Great race last time out at Imola.
Strictly speaking, I don't know if I am the British champion anymore.
No, you're not.
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it.
Last year's British champion.
Yeah, but you know,
this
year's not finished yet, is it? So he's here as well, so it's quite a cool weekend.
How was Imola?
Imola was quite frustrating, to be honest, because all weekend through practice, Friday and Saturday, we were really fast, and you know, I led some sessions for the first time in a long time, and I actually asked my team. I came in after one of the sessions like 0.4 clear or something. I said to the guys, something's wrong. And they were like, what? What's wrong? What's wrong? I said, well, we're fastest, you know, what's going on? There's something wrong. But all a little bit of a jest that I don't know, not quite so sure I understood. But yeah, I mean, the first race was really annoying because, you know, I got stuck and I fell down, and the second race got going all right in the beginning, but unfortunately, once we get past, it's really difficult to do anything about it, and that's frustrating for me as a racer because I love a good battle, and unfortunately, I'm not doing much battling at the moment.
You said it and hit it right on the head there. You're not happy with the way it's gone, and I guess as fans of what you've done in the past, none of us would be satisfied with the results that you've got. What has gone wrong? Because you've got a pretty good bike. You were riding on a crest of a wave at the end of last year, but it just hasn't clicked this year. Why do you think?
I think the main problem is ultimately the reason I'm here is because this is a world championship, and I can't be a world champion racing in BSB for the rest of my career. You know, for sure I could have stood there and earned more money in England and what have you, but I want to be world champion, and I couldn't do that without coming here. Now, perhaps what I was told and what I actually ended up with here is quite different. And I think the fact that we're still riding the bike exactly the same as it was in the Portimao test at the beginning of the year is testament to the fact that, you know, we're sort of slipping further and further backwards. And unfortunately, you know, every time there's a couple of weeks break in this paddock, you know, the factory teams, they go ahead and do some more development work, and, you know, things improve a bit more, and thanks for that. Things improve a little bit more, and obviously, you know, that sort of drops us even further behind. So, yeah, you know, you're right. It's been a very frustrating year, and something that I've learned from, and hopefully we can turn it around and you know, get something better for next season.
Well, talking of which, obviously that is the key. Where are you going to try and place yourself? Because boy, is this market moving quick.
Yeah.
And it's full of Brits too.
Yeah, no, it's cool. You know, I think there's definitely some possibilities. There's definitely one option. There's definitely two options. One with a piece of paper and one by mouth. But it's a bit like being in hospital, you know. Nil by mouth is exactly the way I'm taking it, you know. Until there's two bits of paper, there's only one offer. So we'll wait and see what happens this weekend. My manager's here on Saturday, and hopefully he can get something tied up for me, and we'll have a bit more information either the end of this weekend or early next week.
Would Aprilia be somewhere you might guide him to, given you've ridden for them before, and there could be a seat there?
Yeah, I mean that'd be fantastic. You know, the bike's coming along really well. That said, I think they made a really wise decision in running Leon for the last two rounds, because Leon's a really talented kid, and you know, he and I are real good friends from last year when we were teammates. And you know, to be honest, I read about him riding that bike yesterday on the internet, and was genuinely really pleased. And he's here now, and we bumped into each other earlier on, so I wish him the best of luck. But yeah, we'll see.
We're not getting the softer side of Shaky. You're not getting soft on us, are you? When are we going to see the mean I want to beat everybody's side?
No, believe me, that side's gone nowhere. But you know, right now, we just got to. I'm not the sort of person that's going to come and tell you, yeah, next year I'm going to win the championship, and next year I'm going to be on the podium every race. And I've been around long enough to know that you don't do things like that. And you know, hopefully we'll get a good deal tied up, and it'll be on a really competitive machine, and that first and foremost, that's the most important thing, you know, because if you've got the machinery, then, you know, you've got to go and do the job. And I feel confident in myself that I can do the job, and I feel like I'm actually riding probably better than I've ever ridden in my whole career. I'm enjoying having to ride that hard, and yeah, hopefully, like I said, next year we can be a fair bit stronger.
talking to Brits, we talked about Leon. What about James Townsend and Cal Crutchlow at Yamaha?
I think that's going to be really, really interesting, because I truly believe that Ben Spies is the difference on that bike. I think he's a very talented rider. I think he's mega, isn't he? You know, he's a real cool guy as well, and I like that about him. But I also really, really believe that Tom Sykes is a good rider, a real good rider. And for anybody, Tom's unfortunately looked a little bit below par all year. You know, nothing's really stood out and said, wow, look at Tom go, you know. So for anybody to do that to Tom, I believe that'd have to be pretty special. So I think that, you know, Ben is the difference with that bike. And it will be really, really interesting to see what James and Cal make of it, you know, perhaps 2 days after 2 days after Portimao.
He's a nutter, isn't he?
Yeah, bless him.
Bless him. That's the only way you could say it.
Yeah.
How then do you think Ben will do, given that you've been that way before and gone to MotoGP? How tough is it going to be? And what expectations would you have? You've just described him as special. Is he going to have that little extra factor? Is he going to have something that he can use that will give him that extra factor? Where do you see he's going to end up?
That's a tough one, huh? He's a realistic guy, and funnily enough, we've had a sort of 20-minute chat this morning together, and you know, he's telling me about a few things, and you know how happy he is that it's all come together, and how he thinks it's the right time. And you know, Ben's not just, or he doesn't appear to be a guy that just thinks to himself, oh, you know, I'll just go because it's MotoGP. You know, he's thought this thing through, and he's actually sitting there thinking to himself, do you know what, if I go now, it's probably going to be the best time because of one reason or another, and if I wait, then it's going to be a problem because of this or that. And you know, I've no doubt that if he was here again next year, he'd be a very, very, very strong contender for the championship, if he's not already defending champion, you know. But like I said, he's not just made an off-the-hat decision and just thought, well, I'll go to MotoGP because it's MotoGP. I think he's thought about it long and hard, and decided that now's the time for him to go. And I wish him the best of luck. You know, I think he'll do a real good job. And you know, sometimes when you listen to him and he's talking about, you know, if I can finish 6th to 8th or something like that, you know, in amongst them guys, there's some fast guys there. But I'm fairly certain he'll be a little bit stronger than that.
Finally, obviously you can make an opinion on this. You ride a Ducati yourself. Which of those two bikes is going to be the world champion, or take the world championship this year, do you think?
Do you know, if you'd have asked me before Imola, you know, Ben looked to be the man, didn't he? But you know, all of us are discounting the fact that Norrie's been here for so many years, and you know, a lot of people have said in the past this is Ducati's championship. You know, I don't know. Maybe the fact that Norrie's leading again and Ben's chasing is good for Ben, because that's worked right up until Imola. Imola was the first round that he went to with a championship lead, and for some reason it all went a little bit wrong. So maybe this is the best situation for him to be in. But as far as which one of them two is going to take the title, I really wouldn't like to say. Obviously, I ride for Ducati, and it'd be fantastic if Ducati took the title. But at the same time, Ben's a cool guy, and if he is going to go to MotoGP next year, maybe he should just win it this year and then clear off and not come back.
And finally, to sum up with you, obviously a little bit down, but certainly not out. And the idea is to get that manager working as hard as possible to get you a bike that you can develop with next year.
Yep, for sure, yeah. I mean, I certainly believe we haven't seen the best of Shaky Byrne yet, and I definitely intend to try and show it next year.
Brilliant. Thanks for talking to us, and best of luck in the last 4.
Thank you, Matt.